Hello. Today I'm officially in the second trimester. I am 14 weeks, finally done with the first trimester. Super relieved about that. I have some notes here about my first trimester. I've been doing weekly update videos every week of my first trimester, but I want to do kind of like an overall recap of the first trimester, just kind of going through the symptoms, going through my experience so far, and I was hoping that at the end my husband will come in and kind of give his input as well. So this might be kind of a longer video. I'll put some like title, however they're called, like the little blocks of time, so you can know what each part is. So if you're only interested in one part of the video, you can skip forward to that. But let's do a little recap so that future Amy remembers what the first trimester was like. First, I want to talk symptoms. My biggest symptom by far was nausea. It was just like a constant feeling of motion sickness or a constant feeling of being hungover. Just all day, there wasn't really anything I can do to make it go away. Some days it was better than others, but basically from like 6.5 weeks until like 13 weeks, maybe 12.5 weeks. It was just constant nausea. It was really bad. I am on 2 different nausea medications, Zofran and Diclegis. I was on Diclegis pretty much from the beginning, almost like around 6 weeks when it started feeling nauseous. And we added Zofran probably around like 9 weeks because I couldn't handle it anymore and I kept losing weight. So that definitely helped, but it still did not make the nausea go away. Those of you that don't know, I have this fear called emetophobia, which is a fear of throwing up or feeling like you're gonna throw up. So feeling constantly like that was really hard, both physically and mentally. I took my medication all the time that I was supposed to. I have ginger, like candy, that kind of helped. If I drank like really cold ice water, that would kind of help. I have an air conditioning unit in my room and fans in my room. If I just like put really cold air on myself, sometimes that would help. But it was really rough, especially mentally, because I just felt sick constantly. This week last week at 13 weeks, it finally started to get a little bit better. There's still some moments and some parts of the day that have been bad. Early on when I was feeling nauseous, it seemed like 4 p.m. was kind of when it would get the worst, and then it would be bad until I went to bed basically. And it's kind of gone back to that in the morning I'm doing okay, and then around 4 p.m. it kind of comes back again. So I can handle that. If it's not going to be all day, that's at least a step in the right direction. And luckily, I don't know if you know this, but I live with my husband and then my dad and my brother. So luckily, they've been helping a lot. My dad especially has been doing a lot of things around the house to help, like with dishes and cooking meals and stuff like that. So that has been a huge help, and I'm very thankful for all of that. The other big symptom that kind of goes along with that is lack of appetite. I just haven't been very hungry, which is very unlike me. I usually get low blood sugar, so I have to eat pretty frequently to make sure that my blood sugar stays up. But I'm just not hungry, like ever. I have to force myself to eat things that I usually like sweets, like desserts, candy. I really like mushrooms, yogurt, just like normal water. I usually don't like ice water, but just like room temperature water. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I don't want any of it. Those are the foods that I don't want. The only foods that have been like pretty good are breakfast foods. So like Eggo waffles, cereal, like breakfast potatoes. Those have started to be what I can eat. So maybe this baby just likes breakfast foods. We'll have to see. But that's been rough and very difficult to like make myself eat, especially when I feel nauseous. Since the beginning of right before I got pregnant, I'd say like a month before I got pregnant to now, I've lost 15 pounds, probably actually like 16 pounds. Some of that was before I got pregnant. I was eating healthier and trying to lose some weight so that I could prepare my body to be the healthiest it could be for pregnancy, and I just haven't been able to eat. So that has definitely added to my weight loss. So I don't know when I will start gaining weight, but that has not happened yet. It's only been losing weight. Let's talk about the medication that I've been on. I was on like 13 different medications before I got pregnant to try to help with the pregnancy. I think it did help. I think a combination of all of the stuff that we did helped. I have a list here. There's a lot. I was on metformin even after I got pregnant, but around 6 weeks when I started feeling really nauseous all the time and I was still losing weight and not able to eat, metformin was really hard to take. It would make me gag. It would make me feel so sick. Even just like the smell of it, even just thinking about it would make me feel sick. So my doctor said I could take a break from that because it was more important that I was eating and that I was taking my other medication. So I took a break from that and have not taken that since. I was taking progesterone suppositories. If you don't know what a suppository is, you can Google that on your own. But I was taking that twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. And my doctor told me this last time that now my placenta has taken over and I do not need the extra progesterone anymore to help sustain the baby. So I am weaning myself off of that because it felt weird to just like stop cold turkey. So the past week, I've been taking it just once a day at night instead of morning and night. And then starting today, I'm gonna start doing it every other day and then probably just stop from that point. I know it's safe to stop taking it, but it just feels scary to like not be taking it anymore. I was taking a B6 vitamin, but I'm not taking that anymore because in the diclegis that I'm taking for nausea, it is B6 and Unisom in it, so I don't need extra B6. I do still take my B12 vitamin and my D3 vitamin on the days that I can, because sometimes when I can't really eat a lot, it's too hard and I can't take it. So I do those as much as I can, but it's not every single day. I still take a prenatal vitamin and I take methylfolate because my body doesn't process folic acid the way it's supposed to, so I take both of those. I try to do that every day except for the days that I've been like super sick and just physically cannot take it. I'm still doing baby aspirin to help prevent blood clotting and miscarriage essentially. So I'm still doing that one. I've heard it can help with preeclampsia in the future. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe they'll keep me on that for that. And I am taking Synthroid, which is for your thyroid. When I got pregnant, my thyroid levels went up a lot. And so this medication's brought it back down. Now it's like really low, so I don't know if it's too low, but I'm gonna bring that up with my doctor next time I go. Then I'm on 2 different nausea medicines, diclegis and Zofran, which I alternate throughout the day and then hope that I can survive the day. In the beginning of getting pregnant, I said that it didn't really feel real, like it didn't sink in that I was pregnant yet, and I still kind of feel that way. Like I have the nausea and I have the food aversions and I'm growing like a very small bump, but it like still doesn't feel fully real. Like I have to remind myself I'm pregnant. I'm not trying to have a baby. There is a baby. I am pregnant with a baby. And it's just a strange feeling. I don't know when it will finally sink in. Like I haven't felt the baby kick yet. It's still very tiny, so like it's not a huge stomach yet. It's not a big difference. So maybe once the baby starts getting bigger and I can actually feel kicks, it'll feel more real. I don't know, but we've seen ultrasounds. I've seen it. I know it's there. I'm very excited, but it just doesn't fully sink in all the time. Also, I've loved having the support of everybody online and connecting with tons of people and hearing other people's stories, and that's been so cool and so like reassuring, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes people share like scary stories and bad situations that have happened when they're pregnant and bad things that have happened to their babies, and that has definitely made my anxiety worse. That I've obviously felt anxious throughout the pregnancy so far because it's a lot going on. It's a lot to your body, and I obviously want this baby and I want things to go well, so it's scary. I can't really control it. I can eat well and take care of myself, but beyond that, I can't control it. And it's scary hearing all these things that can go wrong and do go wrong for other people. And every time I go to the doctor, my heart rate's always really high and they're like, "Are you okay? Are you nervous?" And I'm like, yes, I am nervous because I want to make sure the baby's okay, and going for these long stretches of time in between definitely makes my anxiety worse. So I'm hoping to start scheduling some private ultrasounds because now that I'm further along, I can schedule that. I was too early before, and I'm hoping that'll kind of help, like it's less medical and kind of reassure me that everything's still going okay. I do have an at-home baby Doppler to listen, but I can't find the heartbeat. It doesn't freak me out because I always do it after I have a doctor's appointment. I know the baby's okay, and then I use my at-home Doppler and I can't find it. I can't find the heartbeat. I can find the placenta, I can find my heartbeat, but I can never find the baby's heartbeat. So hopefully when it gets older, I can actually like find it. I feel like it's also been kind of hard to like bond with the baby because I just feel so sick all the time that like I'm not like, oh, I can feel it kick and oh, I can feel it like moving around. Like I just feel sick constantly and not hungry constantly, and I like don't feel the baby inside of me. So I'm hoping that second trimester I feel more bonded with the baby and feel more like real, like I'm actually pregnant. Next, I want to talk about the gender of the baby. Really, the sex of the baby is the term I should be using, but a lot of times I'll get flagged for using that word. So my husband and I did find out the gender of the baby through the chromosomal testing that we did, which all came back normal, which was great. Obviously, we would love the baby no matter what, but it's nice to know that the chances of like miscarriage happening lessen with genetic genetic abnormalities not being a concern. So that was a relief for me and my anxiety, knowing that like, okay, this part of the baby is healthy. That's good. I'm glad. But we did find out the gender, which is exciting, on the 12th, September 12th. So like a week from now, we'll be announcing it to our family. We're going for a 3D ultrasound, and they'll all be there and get to see the baby and then see the gender. I'm slightly concerned that it'll like say something different at the ultrasound than it did on our blood work, which the blood work's like 99% accurate. So that should be correct. So hopefully they match up and it's confirmation for us as well. But we've been thinking about baby names. My husband has a name that he like really likes and wants to name the baby that. And I like it. Like I was the one who thought of it. It's on my name list. Like I was the one who introduced him to it. But for some reason it doesn't like feel right. I don't know if that's just because it's like a lot of pressure to name a baby and I'm just not sure if that's the name I want to use. But I don't know. So we keep talking about that. I probably won't share the name until like closer to the birth or after the baby's born, because I really don't want opinions on a name. Because if my husband and I like it and it works for us, then I don't really need other people's opinions. We probably won't even talk about it with like our friends and our family. Only very few people will probably know the name of the baby, because I don't want my opinion and my liking of it to be swayed by everybody else's opinion, if that makes sense. I have been buying a few things for the baby. I do have baby clothes. I've been buying gender neutral baby clothes because I bought some stuff when we were still trying to conceive to help like lift my spirits and stuff. So we have a lot of that. I did buy a few gender specific things when we found out the sex, but not very many. And then we did buy a dresser for the baby because I have a lot of clothes. Besides that, we haven't really bought anything else. We don't have like a crib or a stroller or a car seat or like anything like that. I do have an Amazon wish list, and some people have been very generous donating things off of that. So I do have like a few other like books and some pacifiers and some things that we might need. So I very much appreciate that. But we still have a lot to get. Like I said earlier, my husband and I live with my dad and my brother, so it's a fairly crowded house with a lot of stuff in it. We're gonna use a room that's currently used for a study for the baby, which kind of is like a junk room where we just collect a lot of stuff. So I'm working on clearing it out so we can actually like use it for the baby, but there's a lot of stuff in there and I've been very sick. So it's been hard to do that. So I probably will do like a video about getting the nursery together, but right now it's just a mess and not much to it. So we'll keep working on that. My husband is in the shower right now. He just got back from a bike ride. So I'm gonna see if I can get him to come in here and kind of give his perspective on how the first trimester is going so far and kind of what it's looked like from his side. So he is not big on being on camera. He gets kind of like nervous about being in front of a camera. So cut him a little slack if he seems a little bit nervous. He's not really into all of this, but I think it'd be cool to look back on and see how kind of his opinions and his views change throughout pregnancy as well. Look, we match.
We do.
I got him the shirt that says "Take it easy on me." My wife is pregnant. Actually, I didn't get it for him. I think my friend got it for him.
She did. Yeah.
I put it on the Amazon registry though. There's a Noelle as well. Jason wants her to sit with him, but she wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
She's been very clingy ever since I've been pregnant. I feel like she knows.
Yeah.
She can sense it.
She can sense it. All right, I'll let the dog go and do as she pleases.
So I decided your first question is going to be, how has the first trimester been for you, from your side of things?
Much easier than it's been for you. I think the worst thing I've had to do is take off time for work to go to appointments. You haven't really craved any food or anything, and you just kind of are sitting around feeling awful, and I don't have any way to help. And so that's not great. So
how have I handled the first trimester?
Good. It seems like you've had a rough time.
That's it.
That's all I got. It seems like it's been rough on you.
It has been. What have been my biggest symptoms so far?
Oh, nausea. Absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty much the main one. You've had constipation, you had GERD, acid reflux.
Yeah, I have had to get a wedge pillow to sleep because if I lay down, then I choke on acid.
Yeah, but now I see you in the morning, you're just like...
Yeah, it's really bad for my
tilted
neck.
Up like this, so I think once you actually fall asleep and like you get through a little bit, I think you can actually just move to your pillow and you'd be fine.
Then my last question is, what are you excited for that's coming up?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah, like of the pregnancy stuff. Like, is there anything exciting that you're looking forward to?
I guess the actual kid. For me, it's always been kind of it's an abstract concept to me still. I actually don't really internalize it, and so until the kid's actually here, it's hard for me to realize what's going to change and all that stuff because I don't know. I used to sit there and think about all these things as a kid, and they never happened. So I'd be like, all right, we'll just see what happens when it happens, and adjust from there.
I'm excited for the part of actually having a kid because right now it's all on me. I'm the only one that takes care of the kid. I'm the only one that provides for the kid. I'm the only one that like grows the kid. Once it's here, I can be like, it's your turn.
Right.
You take care of the kid.
And I'm sure it won't be as bad as I imagined, and just like be swallowed up in like dirty diapers and all that stuff. So people have kids and still have a life somehow still.
Mm-hmm.
See how that goes. One thing I would like to do is I'm waiting for when you have food cravings, and then food will change because you're kind of I wouldn't say picky, but you know what you like and that's what you like and you're okay eating that.
I feel like right now I'm a picky eater because everything makes me feel sick, and there's like 2 foods I can eat that don't make me feel sick.
Right. I'm looking forward to like going out there and eating something different.
Yeah, he's excited for my cravings because he wants to also eat the cravings.
Yeah. Working out a lot, and I've been keeping track of my calories, and now I'm like, oh, I got some, let's go eat something fun today, so.
Mm-hmm. You got anything else to say about the first trimester?
I hope you start feeling better soon. It sounds absolutely dreadful.
It's been pretty bad. Not only like physically, but also mentally. Like, it's like being sick all day, every day. Like when you have the stomach flu and you feel awful, but for like 7 weeks.
Right.
It just never stops.
Yeah. It does not sound delightful.
Yeah. So hopefully second trimester brings some relief. I'll go ahead and put some pictures in of kind of my bump growing so far. I feel like I don't have like a really big one, but there's a little something there. So I feel like if you look at the pictures all throughout this point, you can kind of see the progression. And then I'll throw some other pictures in of when we announced on Facebook and going to the doctors and seeing the baby on the ultrasounds, and just kind of the progression so far. So but thanks for being here through the first trimester. Hopefully second trimester brings me some newfound energy and I can actually make more than like a 5-minute video a week.
Right. And some cravings.
Yeah. He's excited for the cravings. I just want to be able to eat and not feel like I'm going to throw up.
I'm also very hungry right now too.
Let's go eat.
Let's go get some breakfast.
Bye!
Bye.